keeping you informed, prepared, and connected. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay.
I'm Nick Volturo. We're live at Dolphin Village at St. Pete Beach, where a fire yesterday afternoon reignited late last night, leaving several businesses damaged. We're going to tell you all about it coming up.
And continuing coverage on that deadly car crash in Largo involving a University of Miami football player, how family and friends are remembering the 3 people killed.
And keeping you prepared a little more than 2 weeks out from hurricane season. Now this morning, an area county is releasing its recovery action plan and wants you to weigh in on it.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Jameson Euler. Today is Wednesday, May 14th.
I'm Caitlin Lockerbie. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Hump day, made it to the middle of the week. Sarah Rosario is going to get you ready for the roads this morning. Let's start you off with your forecast. Meteorologist James Hopkins, we're watching the temps out there. Enjoy today. They are rising fast.
Yes, enjoy today and still most of tomorrow. But yeah,
75 and I-4, but right now all clear.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Leading us off this morning, flames reigniting late last night here at a St. Pete Beach shopping plaza, leaving several businesses there damaged.
Yeah, you can see a live look this morning at the scene. A lot of the emergency crews have left right now, but the caution tape is up there and a lot of damage to get to. Take a look at this video from the scene. The flames first broke out Tuesday afternoon at the CVS, then reignited and spread to the Publix next door. This is the Dolphin Village Shopping Center on St. Pete Beach. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo live there this morning with more on the aftermath here. This fire spread quickly. Do we know how this happened, Nick?
Yeah, Caitlin, Jameson, good morning. Yeah, right now, firefighters and fire marshals are still looking into just what caused this fire, but really the damage is the focus as of right now. We can still see fire crews behind us. There's also police out there with flashlights going through that Publix lot where the CVS was. We saw them with flashlights a little earlier, just a few minutes ago, walking through the building. And as you mentioned, the caution tape is up over here right now. I still believe they're looking into what caused the fire, and they're looking for any hot spots to make sure this fire does not flare up again. And the fire first broke out around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon inside that CVS. Now, dozens of fire crews rushed to that 3-alarm blaze with choking black smoke billowing from the building. Now, aerial footage showed the CVS roof completely charred and collapsed. Now, officials thought they had it under control, even announcing the fire was out around 6:30 last night. But hours later, those flames, they reignited, this time spreading to the Publix next door. Crews found hidden flames inside the front of the building where they couldn't access easily. Now, large chunks of the Publix building crumbled to the ground as firefighters worked for hours through the night trying to contain the blaze.
We were at the Chick-fil-A grabbing lunch, and then right then we saw this, we heard the people yelling, and then saw the white smoke coming out from over this area, and then the black smoke followed behind it, and that's when, yeah, I started getting more and more all the time.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, there's still no word on what fire officials believe caused this fire. We do know 6 stores have been impacted: the Publix, the CVS, Hungry Howie's, the swim store, the UPS store, among others. So there's been a lot of buildings that have been compromised because of this fire. Still no word on when they are going to reopen. And coming up at 6, we'll talk a little bit more how that impacts the rest of the community, especially with this grocery store being one of the only here in the St. Pete Beach vicinity within a certain 10-mile span.
Yeah, and Nick, that's usually a really packed shopping center. Did I see the stores were pretty busy at the time of that fire, that first fire?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things, Jameson, why they are so grateful that there were no injuries, because this complex was very busy during that time. They say it was fairly busy. There was a lot of people, of course, in the Publix. There was people in CVS, of course, at the local stores next to us. So the fact that they were able to get out basically unscathed with 0 injuries, it's still something that they're very grateful for. But we're going to try to get more information on this fire, also try to talk to some of these people that are still here on the scene to find out a little bit more details, and we'll have that coming up later. For right now, reporting live from St. Pete Beach, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, thanks, Nick. We'll stay on top of that. New for you this morning. Right now, we're 2.5 weeks from the start of hurricane season, and Pasco County is laying out its disaster recovery action plan. Right now, this is just a draft. It outlines how the county should spend more than $585 million in federal funding. Right now, $300 million will go to housing, $130 million that's focused on infrastructure, $76 million will go to storm mitigation. There are 2 feedback sessions happening next week. The date and locations are right there on your screen. Deadline for input is June 12th.
Happening right now at this hour, police in Tampa searching for a missing man who needs medical help. Take a look here at your screen. Officers say 39-year-old Earl Gregory Weeks was last seen on Monday night on West LaSalle Street. According to police, he has dementia, heart issues, and is hard of hearing. He was last wearing a yellow reggae-colored bucket hat, a black shirt, gray cargo shorts. He also has a tattoo on his left arm saying Filipino. If you see him, you're being asked to contact police. 5:07 now, getting you informed on what is happening today in Sarasota County. A former spokesperson for Governor Ron DeSantis and the former marketing director of New College is back in court today. Frederick Piccolo Jr. is accused of exposing himself several times dating back to last year. His trial is set to start later this month. Keeping you informed in just hours, a trial will begin for the former Hardy County deputy accused of animal abuse at his shuttered pet boarding facility.
Yeah, Nicholas Zotto has been out on bond since he was charged in December of 2023. This morning, jury selection will begin for his trial.
10 Tampa Bay's Christina Mendez joins us live outside of the Manatee County Judicial Center. And Christina, let's first talk about what led up to this moment.
Well, Caitlin and Jameson, we know that the defense and state will start questioning this pool of jurors, potential jurors, that is, and once seated, they will be ready to hear this case. Let's rewind, though, back to late November 2023 when deputies first uncovered what they're calling a disturbing video. Take a look at your screen here. Manatee County Sheriff's Office says this right here shows Zotto abusing a dog while in his care at Possum Sitters. He's also facing charges for later taking in dogs after the business was supposed to be shut down. Investigators say one of the dogs was kept in a confined space, had open sores, and was severely dehydrated. He's now facing 2 felony counts of aggravated animal cruelty. Now, Zotto was fired from the Hardy County Sheriff's Office in 2023 after serving there for about a year and a half. He was also an officer with the Bradenton Police Department for just shy of 1 year.
Christina, jury selection starts today. What are we expecting to play out the rest of this week?
Caitlin, we are expecting trial testimony to begin starting tomorrow. I did look up witness lists for both the defense and the state, and there are a wide range of witnesses listed there, including people from animal services in the county, deputies who investigated this case, and independent veterinarians. Live in Bradenton this morning, Christina Mendez, 10 Tampa Bay.
Christina, thank you. Time now 5:09 this morning. Friends are banding together to help a man who lost his family to a deadly crash in Largo this past weekend. Herbert Rivera is recovering this morning from surgery after a crash this weekend that killed his partner, Gail Price, and his 2 young children. Investigators say they were in a Kia Soul that was turning left onto Orangeview Drive from Ridge Road when a driver of a Dodge Durango hit it. Deputies say they're helping Rivera as much as they can.
That's the way neighbors should be, you know. If somebody's down, you help them up.
Chief of Police says a crash reconstruction investigation is taking place. It could take weeks before that investigation is done. The driver, University of Miami linebacker Darius Hayes, and a passenger in the Durango went to the hospital but have since been released. We're told alcohol is not believed to be a factor. Now to continuing coverage on the deadly Clearwater ferry crash this morning. 10 Investigates went through the ferry's inspection records.
Yeah, our team found that the last inspection for the ferry involved, this was Maddie's Crossing, that was in 2022. The boat was allowed to carry 42 passengers, 2 crew members, and had enough life-saving equipment for 44 people, which is consistent with how many people the city says were on board when the crash happened. The U.S. Coast Guard signed off on the inspection, which was effective through 2027. 1 man was killed. 10 others were injured when investigators say local businessman Jeff Knight crashed into the ferry with his boat. Knight's attorney asked FWC to take a close look at the ferry's inspection records. This morning, no charges are filed in the crash. Well, no bond also this morning for the accused Florida State University gunman.
20-year-old Phoenix Eichner appeared virtually in court on Tuesday after being released from the hospital. He is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. A Leon County judge also ordered Eichner to have no contact with the victims and their families. He was appointed 2 public defenders. If convicted, Eichner could face the death penalty.
After 35 years behind bars, a California judge has reduced the prison sentence for Eric and Lyle Menendez, clearing a path for their potential release. The Menendez brothers were convicted of killing their parents in 1989, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. They admitted to the murders, claiming years of sexual abuse. Well, now a judge reduced that sentence, making them eligible for parole. It will be up to a parole board to decide whether they should be released. California Governor Gavin Newsom also ordering the clemency board to do a risk assessment of the brothers.
Getting you connected in Pinellas County this morning. This week is National Police Week, and in just hours, the Sheriff's Office is holding a fallen law enforcement memorial service. The event will feature a roll call of the 27 officers who died in the line of duty in Pinellas since 1905. There will also be a 21-gun salute and flyover. It starts at 10 this morning at the Sheriff's Administration Building in Largo.
Well, this morning, the Tampa Police Department mourning the loss of one of its former canine officers. 15-year-old canine officer Kilo died. TPD says he served with the department for 4 years with now retired Corporal Kevin Doan and Brad Simmons, and played a vital role in numerous narcotics investigations and arrests before retiring in 2020.
New details emerging this morning about a trusted teacher and church choir leader now at the center of a disturbing investigation.
Yeah, we're staying on top of this story for you ahead at 10 Tampa Bay this morning at 5:30. What investigators are revealing and how the community is reacting now.
And stricter rules on cell phones could be coming to classrooms all across Florida. I'm Jenny Dean with a look at which grades are affected and what that could mean for your child next school year.
As you get about your day and you're thinking about driving today, here's what it looks like along I-4 right now. We do expect to see some slowdowns later on, but right now it's clear. How's it looking outside?
The high pressure is going to be building in for us. It's drying us out, but not only is it going to dry us out, it is really going to heat us up. Heat and humidity are going to be building. I'll let you know how hot we'll get after the break.